Saudi Arabia, where everybody is headed to for lesser Hajj, did they close down their schools? Your leaders are ignoramuses. Basically, let me just put it straight, they are idiots. They should ask. And when I become the president of Nigeria, I've said it. They said we have no business with religion. So I can't be president and you come and close down schools because of fasting. No. It takes me back to outrage again that has become normalized. You're right, religion is sensitive. And by the way, I wish our Muslim brothers and sisters in Ramadan Kareem, they're fasting. But it is outrageous that anybody will close down schools where knowledge is supposed to be transmitted and transferred, including to Muslims. Because some of the schools that are going to be closed are also Quranic centers. So how do they learn Quran if the schools are closed down because of fasting? But it speaks to the depth of ignorance that has become a state policy in Nigeria.
Immediately he just reach education, the north of Nigeria will just come out and immediately he just gets to education. And I don't know why. Because sometimes it baffles me. Why do the people play with unfortunately, this generation has been messed up. So it is going to be maybe other generations that would correct the rubbish that this generation has gone through. But these leaders, these guys that have put us in this mess, that has continually made us educationally backward, they would have left, and it pains me. Because I don't understand how an educationally disadvantaged region like the north of Nigeria would never take education serious. According to statistics, Katsina has over 54% out of school children. Over 54. Cumulatively, Katsina, Kebbi, Bauchi, and Kano State that are the first state that has closed down schools for Ramadan fast, for example, has an over 44% out of school or children that are deprived from education, and 10% above the national rate of 34%. That region alone has constituted or contributed more. And the rest of the state, Adabo and all these other guys, okay. I think that the politicians use deliberate ignorance or lack of education as a tool or as a weapon for their selfish reasons. I think it was in the last elections where Peter Obi was granted an interview and Reno was writing everywhere. Peter did not head it because that is what they want. Did not head it, and when the politicians wants to fight election, they say so vote to come from the north, and that's why they constantly do not educate these people so that they can use them. And it's not just about previous party, the current party, all of these parties. It is a political tool to be able to rig and manipulate their ways in election. So the north becomes that ignorant region where if you don't read, they fall back to. Currently now, the enemies of this government, unfortunately, all of them are banking on the north, for example, because these guys are deprived, they are bereft or bereaved of quality education. Why would you close down school for a common fast? I met a doctor friend a couple of weeks ago who said he worked in Saudi Arabia for several years. The headquarters, where you go there to do your lesser hajj and all of these Islamic rites, takes education serious. Some of the best hospitals in this world are in Saudi Arabia. Some of the best doctors are from there. Look at India, a very religious country. Look at what they have done with medicine, science, and technology. Why is it that if you reach Nigeria case, they sweat for us? And none of this do not bother anybody. It's not a big deal. It's not public. It is a Fabio and Natasha issue. It is Two-Face and Natasha. It is VDM and Neju that bothers the Nigerian people. This is enough to put. And unfortunately, I'm one of those that continue to clamor for regionalization and restructuring. But we did not. I'm not sure they are ripe for anything at all in that region. They are not ripe for anything. Tax reform or no one, regionalization or no one. What are you prepared for? Because if not, I would have said this thing about education should be removed from the concurrent list. Katsina, for example, should be on the state of emergency, red alert. for depriving young people of their right to education. It's a fundamental human right and it must be granted. Because of what? You as a governor, you are going to work and you are fasting. Your civil servants are going to, but you have closed down schools. The guys that are doing Uber, all of them are still working all around the world. The Muslim guys that are doing business, the one that will do fraud, we don't know do fraud this year. The one who will steal government money, we don't know steal government money this year. Why are you depriving these children? Because you want to keep them backward and use them at your own will, to their own detriment and peril. How long do we continue all of this mess? It should bother every average person. Because these are the people. See, the disadvantage of education in the north is what is pulling this country back, as it were. Who want to move forward, they are moving backward. The same Kanu, where people were flying Russian flag during the last protest, the same Kanu is where the governor is also closing down schools. Look at Bauchi, look at Kebbi. Who not where, who not the craze? Everything, this is sensitive matter. Bro, what is this? What is more sensitive than allowing these people to go to school? So that at least in the next 20-30 years, all of us can be at the same power, be thinking the same way. If they want to mess up election in this country, they'll go use North. When they campaign everywhere, everybody they campaign, they'll say, no worry, the North not go vote and the North does not know him. Can you go to the North? Because you are depriving them of light. Education is light. Light. Education is not going to school to acquire certificate. It's not going to know maths and English. It is the ability to allow light, exposure, experience, expertise to enter you. The state of being lighted, being ignited by light is what education is. And you keep these people backward and dark. You keep them in the dark, you keep them backward. So you can manipulate them when it gets to time for you to use them. But this is the year government will enter power. I don't know when they vote them, they hate them. How can you not take education seriously? You want to develop your state. Now, Jonathan, I blame. We go do over Sabi. Jonathan, you are blame. You've spent 6 years of your life trying to please these people that do not want to be pleased and don't want education. Bunch of idiots everywhere, parading themselves as political leaders. They don't get sense. Because of fast. You will take money, you will still steal, you will still sleep with your wife, you still do everything, but people should be deprived from going to school for a whole month. What is the word on herself?